fx is a Q-paid polynomial, and then they say that this is one of the turning point of the graph. So because it's Q-paid, so you expect there are two turning points. Even though there are some specific case, maybe two turning points combined to one point, but it is a very specific case. One of the turning point is 6, -33. So we don't know whether it's maximum or minimum. I just randomly write down the position. There are two implications immediately. The first implication is f6. If you put 6 inside to the function, it will give you -33. It's about the original function. You have this implication. The second implication is about turning point. Turning point have a feature. If the slope at this point is equal to 0, that means f prime 6 should equal to 0. Therefore, they use one single sentence give us two implications that we are going to solve this simultaneous equation. Pass through 6 -33. So f6 equal to -33. Then -33 is equal to 4. 6 part 3. To simplify, both sides divided by 6. Of course, if you use calculator, then you just tidy up to the standard format. And second thing is turning point. At x equal to 6. F prime 6 is equal to 0. And then in order to consider f prime x, so we need to differentiate first. Copy down the original function. Differentiate it with respect to x. And then we can go back to our calculation. Therefore, 0 is equal to 12, 6 squared plus 2m, 6 plus n. Solve this simultaneous equation by subtraction. So 12m minus 6m is, and then plus 432 minus 252 is equal to 0 minus 0. So m is equal to -30. Then n is equal to -72. m equal to -30, while n equal to -72. Part B is really typical. Update the information for x power 3 minus 30x squared minus 72x plus 615. In order to find out the shape of the curve, so we need to know which section the slope is positive and then which section the slope is negative, and then to analyze the shape. So f prime x is equal to 12x squared minus 60x minus 72. Factorize it. And then we further factorize it, minus 6x plus 1. It's consistent with our finding. When x is 6, then the whole thing becomes 0. For turning points, f prime x equal to 0. That means x equal to 6 or x equal to -1. Then we can construct the table. We separate our input to field section, and then it's separated by the point x equal to -1 and x equal to 6. So we separate like this. We don't have any limitation on x, is all real value. So this is x smaller than -1, x between -1 and 6, x larger than 6. The first case, when x is really small, then both brackets will give you negatives. That's why the final outcome is positive. We are talking about the slope. In this region, one of the factor here is negative, while this one is positive. So this one is negative finally. And finally, if both factors are positive, then final slope is positive. That's why this graph is wrong. It should be go up and go down. This point should be x is equal to -1. And at this point is the minimum. So we can make the conclusion that fx attained is maximum when x is equal to -1. Maximum value of fx is equal to f -1. It is 653, and also fx attained is minimum when x equal to 6, so minimum value of fx is given f6, that means -33. And finally, you check carefully here, are they asking for the minimum points or minimum value of a function? Minimum value of a function is just a single number, it's a value. But however, if we say about minimum point, then I expect a full coordinates with x coordinate and y coordinate. But here we are talking about minimum value, so just this one.